Have you ever heard of a war where soldiers fought? Birds sounds like a sci-fi story, right? But what if I told you this is one of the weird facts from history that is unbelievable but true? Welcome to Oddly True, where we dive into true stories that sound too wild to be real. Today, we're unpacking a bizarre history from over 50 years ago, the Great Emu War of Australia, a real mystery packed with shocking facts and odd truths. Let's set the stage. It's 1932, Western Australia. Just after World War I, the world is still reeling from the Great Depression, and Australian farmers are struggling to make ends meet. These farmers, many of them war veterans, were given land to grow wheat in the outback. But there's a problem, a creepy fact about nature's unpredictability. Emus, those massive, flightless birds standing up to 6 feet tall, were wreaking havoc. Over 20,000 emus invaded farmlands, devouring crops like a plague of locusts. These weren't your average pigeons. These were feathered tanks, trampling fields and ruining livelihoods. The farmers were desperate. They'd survived a world war, but now they were losing 2 birds. It's one of those weird facts that feels like a sci-fi story, but it's a true story rooted in dark history. The Australian government, pressured by the farmers, decided to take action. But how do you fight an army of emus? Enter Major G.P.W. Meredith and the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery. Yes, the military was called in to wage war on birds. This bizarre history is about to get even stranger. What happened next? In November 1932, the Australian military rolled into the outback with machine guns, Lewis guns, to be precise, the same weapons used in World War I. The plan was simple: shoot the emus, save the crops. Sounds straightforward, right? Wrong. This is where the strange events unfold and the shocking facts pile up. The soldiers set up their guns, expecting an easy victory. But the emus, they had other plans. These birds were fast, agile, and, as it turns out, nearly impossible to hit. The first ambush was a disaster. The emus scattered in small groups, dodging bullets like they'd been trained in guerrilla warfare. One soldier reportedly said, "These birds are smarter than we thought." The rough terrain didn't help either. Machine guns jammed, and the emus just kept running. After days of chasing, the soldiers had fired thousands of rounds, but killed only a handful of emus. This unbelievable but true moment is one of the fun facts that makes the Great Emu War so legendary. The media caught wind of it, and soon, newspapers were mocking the military's failure against a bunch of birds. But the government wasn't ready to give up. They sent the soldiers back out, determined to win this weird science experiment in wildlife management. The soldiers tried new tactics, like mounting guns on trucks to chase the emus. But the birds were too fast, and the trucks couldn't keep up on the bumpy terrain. By December, the military had to admit defeat. The emus had won. This odd truth is one of the most shocking facts in military history. A nation's army, armed with machine guns, was outsmarted by flightless birds. Here is the fact. Here is the creepy fact that makes this story even wilder. The emus didn't just win. They thrived. After the war, their population barely took a hit. Farmers reported that the emus seemed to multiply, as if mocking the military's efforts. But there's a deeper twist. This real mystery wasn't just about birds, it was about human hubris. The Australian government thought they could control nature with firepower, but nature fought back. And here is a fun fact to blow your mind. The Great Emu War wasn't the only time humans underestimated animals. In Africa, around the same time, farmers in Kenya faced similar issues with locust swarms devouring crops. Unlike Australia, they used traditional methods like fire and noise to scare them off, with mixed success. Both stories highlight a bizarre history of humans versus nature, where nature often comes out on top. The weird science of trying to control wildlife with modern technology. It's a lesson in humility that's unbelievable but true. So, what can we learn from this dark history of the Great Emu War? First, it's a reminder that strange events often reveal odd truths about our world. Humans love to think we're in control, but nature has a way of humbling us. The emus showed that even the best-laid plans can fail when you underestimate your opponent. This true story also teaches us to laugh at our mistakes because, let's be honest, the image of soldiers chasing emus with machine guns is one of the fun facts that makes history so entertaining. It's also a call to respect the natural world. Whether it's emus in Australia or locusts in Africa, these weird facts show that nature is unpredictable and resilient. So next time you think you've got everything figured out, remember the shocking facts of the Great Emu War sometimes. The underdog or underbird wins. That's the wild tale of the Great Emu War, a bizarre history that proves truth is stranger than fiction. If you loved diving into this real mystery full of creepy facts and odd truths, hit that subscribe button for more oddly true stories. We're here to uncover weird science and shocking facts from around the world every week. Drop a comment below. Have you heard of any other strange events like this? Let's keep the fun facts flowing. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unbelievable but true.